What's going on, guys? This is Kaishro. Welcome back. So we are back with another video. On this video, we're going to cover OCG Metagame Report and decklist reviews. For the past week, we have June 20 to June 24. So a short span of days, no? But those days are the last remaining spur of the April 2024 format because we have recently closed this chapter as we venture towards our new format this coming July 2024 of the recent concluded ban list. So we are going to see the decks that have tapped on Japan and Korea and China and Taiwan and other tournaments all over the Asia in my X or Twitter page. So without further ado, let's start. So coming at first, we have the Weibo shared tournament from China. We do have uh, Horus Tachyon, yeah, with sort of bestial engine. So yeah, very strong deck, no, but sadly they have lost Catapult Turtle now and they don't have access towards their consistent FTK line of play with Catapult Turtle burning the 8k damage from the Numeron Dragon from the 16k attack. So it's now gone and I'm glad that it's now irrelevant in our future format because that's a very unhealthy and toxic way of winning the game for me and FTK shouldn't be a thing and it's a thing that shouldn't be consistent on higher levels of play. So yeah, Catapult Turtle Gun, I still think that this deck could still perform, no? With Horus, with Bestial, you could still access into rank 8 plays easily. So yeah, I feel like this deck is still a meta-relevant deck, but not as dangerous as before. Next we have Snake Eyes. So Snake Eyes Finsmith, yeah. So this time it played Gamma package on the main deck, and Gamma proves to be a very solid option against the meta decks. You are going to have a very good chances to, yeah, eradicate the Tenpai, the Voiceless Voice, and other meta relevant decks, especially the mirror match. So yeah, I think the Delta and Gamma package here can be very tricky to play against, and also played an engine of Kashtira with Unicorn and Rate Sauce. Yeah, the TCG engine of Kashtira into Snake Eyes are kinda seeing play right now, no, in the OCG, and many people are adopting that strategy as well for the Snake Eyes. Next we have Whitewoods. Yeah, Whitewoods Dogmatica with a small Tachyon engine. Wow, this is very interesting. So you can use the Dogmatica, no, to deplete the extra deck of your opponent. And Whitewoods as well can easily go into Synchro Monsters, Barone, and yeah, all of those interruptions on their Synchro lineup will be very dangerous once you're going to face this deck. And it has also a small branded package, yeah, along with the Dogmatica. Very spicy deck building here. And next we have Evil Eye. So Evil Eye, no, without Finsmith, yeah. So it played Unchained targets like the Trap of Unchained and also the Red Dog of Unchained. So yeah, it's very odd to see Evil Eye without Finsmith, and because Evil Eye is much more played right now with the Finsmith engine, so it's really new to me to see Evil Eye right now without the Finsmith. But this plays the armored XYZ package. Very interesting. So yeah, moving on, we have a local tournament in Korea, if I'm correct. So this was a uh, Millennium control. So Millennium Exodia control. So look at this Exodia, very fancy, no? In the modern game, we couldn't really anticipate that Exodia would be relevant in modern games. So yeah, it played Exodia with the control variant of this deck, and Kaiser is now gone. So I wonder how he would replace the Kaiser on his build. So yeah, with Fissure, with the Necro Valley, it definitely shutdowns the graveyard, and on the side deck it played there can be only one summon limit and anti-spell fragrance. So this aims to, yeah, control the game and, yeah, use the Millennium package to link climb and do some sort of interruptions like the Angel Statue from the Hare Rabbit or Hare Rabbit, the Illusionist Rabbit in the link. So yeah, I think this deck is very functional. I have seen a lot of these builds as well recently floating around on X. So I bet this deck could still be very good as a rogue deck moving forward. Next, we have another Chinese tournament from Weibo, and we are going to have Finsmith Voiceless Voice with Dogmatica. And yeah, with the Nadir package, no? So, Nadir as well, very strong, and I wonder why he didn't play Winda, no? He didn't opt to play Schism, and he just used the Maximus as well to dump cards, of course. And you can also get draw one from Garura from the Nadir dump. So yeah, you could potentially gain so much card value from the Nadir Servant for Voiceless Voice. And with Finsmith, I think the deck is more explosive than ever. You have ways to go into early Little Knight or yeah, Hiking Caesar. So we have very interesting deck building here for the Voiceless Voice. And next we have Fire King with Tachyon engine, yeah. Farking with Tachyon engine could potentially make rank 8s easier for the deck because you also have rank 8s on this Farking, and as you can see on his extra deck, he has Draglubion, he has Photon Lord. So yeah, he has a bunch of rank 8 targets for the Tachyon. So maybe it improves the consistency and OTK threat of this deck. Yeah, very interesting. And he played, wow, super heavy rather six samurai, no, on the side deck. The Shogun, I forgot the name. Very spicy. Next we have Magical Musketeer Finsmith. So this has been a thing on OCG for quite some time now. Many people are trying to mesh the Magical Musketeer into the Finsmith, and those are Fins, no, if I'm not mistaken. He also played a small Dark World package with Corridor. And yeah, this looks to be very promising as a rogue deck. I don't really see this deck as a meta deck as people claim to be. Most YouTubers and OCG content creators are categorizing this deck as a meta deck in the OCG metagame tier list. But for me, I don't really believe so much with the deck, and I'm yet to be amazed and proven wrong by this deck, and I haven't faced this deck any at all on online platforms. Next we have, wow, look at this tier lemons, good stuff. So yeah, with Finsmith, Horus, Snake Eyes, Bestial, Sinful Spoils, so all of the engines that are relevant right now in the format are kinda used to make the tier lemons work, and yeah, very odd and very unusual deck building here for the tier elements. And maybe you could work tier elements because you would have multiple starters with the Witch and Snake Eyes Ash and Poplar, of course, and also the Kashtira and also the Horus and Finsmith. So yeah, you are not going to be emptied and zeroed with no place at all. So the only problem would be breaking, of course. There are a lot of garnets on this deck, and it definitely is a struggle for this player to draw the correct hand cards consistently. So yeah, we have tier elements, good stuff. Next we have Tetsu tournament, shared tournament from Tetsu from Japan. So we do have branded here, first place. So 43 card branded, no? So very standard, play triple Shrouded Dragon with Bestial Engine and Nadir, of course. Very good on this deck. And still plays the Gimmick Puppet, no? Many people are speculating that Puppet should be banned on TCG, but in OCG it's not that relevant anymore. Maybe because branded is not that good enough, no? To be considered as a threat in OCG. But it's still very dangerous to play against branded with the Gimmick Puppet lock. It's very hard to deal against their board. And next we have Snake Eyes Finsmith. So very standard, nothing too extravagant or fancy here. So it played Cycle Reader. Wow, Cycle Reader in 2024. This has been a thing from the Drytron format before, but now it could be decent against the Finsmith, no? You could use this card against Voiceless Voice as well, and Yubel. So yeah, very interesting tech option right now. And moving on, we do have Snake Eyes Finsmith, another Snake Eyes Finsmith. So this time it played triple draw on the main deck, very good against Yubel, against Finsmith, Snake Eyes, and yeah, other decks on the format right now that tends to combo off. So yeah, and next we have Sprite Tri Brigade. So Tri Brigade has been my first love in OCG. I have been very passionate for this deck, but sadly I couldn't make it work that much in the current format right now. Mainly because I don't have the sprite engine. The nimble beaver is quite expensive, and I'm not ready to spend too much on that engine. So yeah, it feels nice for me to see Tri Brigade doing something in the format right now. But on this list, it played a small Albas engine with a Shrouded, with a Mercurier, and the trap card of Ice Jade branded something. So yeah, very interesting deck build here. And moving on, we do have Marineford TCG from Korea tournament. We do have Tenpai Dragon, so the recently nerfed Tenpai, no? I wonder how Tenpai will evolve on the modern format this July, because they have lost a very essential card on their main deck, and 2 Sangen really matters a lot for me, especially I'm using Tenpai as well. And that card is busted, there's no debate around that, but yeah, it feels very clunky, very inconsistent, very erratic to see Tenpai with only one Sangen Manor, or the Sangen Summoning, the new name of this card. So yeah, let's see whether Tenpai will adapt or evolve on this July format. Next, we do have very intricate way of deck positioning, very odd deck profile. I wonder what is this deck. Oh, it's Gimmick Puppet. Yeah, Gimmick Puppet. They also have lost some key pieces on the extra deck, rather. I'm not going to do so much on this picture, because this is very awkward to see. And yeah, moving on, we do have another Tenpai Dragon. This time it played Forbidden Droplet and Super Poly in the main deck. And also played Retaliating Sea, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, on the side deck. And yeah, moving on, we do have Snake Eyes Finsmith, very standard, nothing too unusual here. Played Ogre on the main deck, yeah, instead of more copies of Droll and Veiler. And also played Talents, so Talents can change or trade better against hand trap decks like Tenpai in the format right now. And yeah, moving on, we do have another tournament, so X1 result, no, from Ruka P, Japanese, maybe, yeah, ACS, so it's from the Japanese tournament. So we do have Snake Eyes Finsmith, another Snake Eyes Finsmith. For me, it's been the best deck on the previous format, post July ban list, of course. Even though Yubel are the statured best deck in Road of the King report, I do feel like that Snake Eyes Finsmith is arguably the best deck of that moment. And yeah, it feels really unusual to see Snake Eyes with so much longevity, because I didn't expect that this deck would be able to fend off the challenges of time. I haven't really considered that Tenpai would be this long, and yeah, I feel like they need a very huge hit to make the deck stop, or yeah, kill the deck in some extent. So yeah, moving on, we do have Chimera Illusionist. So very standard. Oh, it played a bunch of unusual trap cards with transaction rollback. Yeah, rollback, very interesting. So you could potentially, yeah, abuse it with Beatrice. Of course, Beatrice. Why are you even existing right now? Beatrice have been limited to one. Imagine that. Look at that hit from Konami towards Beatrice. The only people that are going to be affected by that hit are the Burning Abyss players, and they don't even see reps or tops right now in OCG this June. So it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even add up. So yeah, they are trying to sell out that Beatrice should be still abused from these crazy shenanigans using the Finsmith and abusing the Beatrice. And next we do have Dragon Link, yeah, Grass Dragon Link. So very explosive deck, no? This time it played Chamber, Dragon Maid, and Tidying, of course, very TCG-esque way of building Dragon Link, no? And played a bunch of Going Second cards with Lightning Storm, Dark Ruler, and Change of Heart on the side deck. And yeah, it's from Korea. Yeah, from Korea. People in Korea does love Dragon Link so much they are the only region that I could ever think of on not giving up for Dragon Link. And next we do have Labyrinth. Yeah, Labyrinth, standard Labyrinth, no? Play double transaction rollback. Many people are, yeah, skeptical on playing rollback anymore on Labyrinth because Cookie Kosaka made a Labyrinth list before that didn't even play the rollback. And many people that are budget players also and other Labyrinth enthusiasts are kinda getting the gist of not playing rollback on this Labyrinth. It could be very advantageous on a lot of occasions, but sometimes it doesn't even give you so much advantages, and some matchups are also very bad for this rollback build of Labyrinth. But yeah, it's been still the standard for Labyrinth now. The only debate would be 2 or 3 or sometimes 1. So yeah. And next, we do have another Snake Eyes Finsmith. Yeah, Snake Eyes Finsmith. This time with triple summon limit, and summon limit would be a good hit for the side deck of Snake Eyes because they are really abusing the hell out of the summon limit, and summon limit is a very unhealthy card even though I use it on Voiceless Voice and other decks. I do feel like that this card is very bad card design for the modern game, and it's very sucky, very unhealthy way of winning the game as well. And next, we do have the Visas Finsmith. So, if you have watched my previous video from the top tier meta decks for July format, I have included the Visas or the Visas Kerklo Finsmith on the last tier, the tier D of my tier list. And many people are asking me, Kaishiro, why? Why are you putting the Visas into the D tier? And you could see on this picture that this deck is very functional and very good as well. Can set up a very massive board with the Barone, with the Pulusa, with the IP, and also Finsmith, very insane engine paired with Visas. It makes the deck very consistent and very, very resilient as well on this deck. And yeah, moving on, we do have Snake Eyes Finsmith. So another Snake Eyes. Very infuriating to see a lot of Snake Eyes, but it is what it is. Let's hope for the best if July format would put a little dent on the massive reps of Snake Eyes Finsmith. So this time it played Book of Moon on the main deck now, so he has avenues to dodge Veilers, Imperms on this deck, and even Ogre. So this could be very game changing on a sense that Book of Moon could save you from a barrage of hand traps from Tenpai Dragon, and also on the format right now, the hand traps are very relevant. So yeah, it played Ultimate Slay on the side deck, or the Ultimate Slayer. Can be very interesting as well, no? On the format. And Artifact Sight, unusual going first card. Very shy from, very far from the different, from the usual Solemns and Summon Limit. Next, we do have Ignister. Yeah, Ignister. So, it played Kaiser Coliseum, but is now irrelevant, and I wonder how Ignister could adapt from it because I do feel like that Kaiser is very beneficial for this deck, and I think they have been carried in a sense that Kaiser Coliseum was on everyone's Ignister's deck list. So now it's gone, so they would focus more on other floodgates rather, or other hand traps on the side deck. So yeah, it could vary from pilot to pilot, but for me, I still think that this is still a very decent deck. And yeah, moving on, we have another Tetsu tournament shared tournament, and we do have the Ignister, another Ignister, no? So we played one small world only with two Signet mining. I think this has been the ratio of most Ignister players. And yeah, moving on, we do have Tenpai Dragon. So also another intangible of Tenpai right now are the XYZ package on the extra deck. They are now playing the Phantom Knight rank 3 with Downward and Zeus. Those can be alternative plays when you are getting the barriered or yeah, stop from making your synchros. So yeah, it could be a very good option as well to wipe boards. And next we do have Dynamorphia. Wow, Dynamorphia is a very odd deck to play in huge scale tournaments and high stake tournaments because of the risk of losing from your life points depleting into 1-0, and yeah, 0 is a stretch, but yeah, you could get what I am saying. So you are getting into a very low amount of life points, and time is your number one enemy for this deck. So I am always surprised and happy to see Dynamorphia to strive on the modern game, especially the game is really hard for Dynamorphia to win, and yeah, they could potentially snatch victories because they are stand deck, but on prolonged periods of tournaments, they could be very disadvantageous towards the time rules. So yeah, next, we have another Snake Eyes Finsmith. I'm getting tired already of seeing Snake Eyes Finsmith, but this time it played a pointer, another variation of going first card for this deck, and also played Pankrataps. Pankrataps is very crucial right now. It could out Apollousa with 2 for attack, and it could force out the Little Knight. It could also out the Kaiser Colosseum, which is now gone. So yeah, Pankrataps very steady right now in the format. And yeah, moving on, we do have another Tetsu tournament. We do have a first place, Tachyon. Yeah, Tachyon Galaxy Eyes, whatever you call it. So, it played a more controlling build, no? It tends to summon off Harbinger or, yeah, other rank 8 shenanigans on the extra deck and sit with Rivalry or Kaiser Colosseum and just control the match. And next turn, you're going to OTK the opponent very easily with easy rank 8 plays from the Numeron Dragon. And yeah, next we have ABC. So ABC, very interesting right now. Many people are really not convinced on playing ABC, but I could tell you that this deck is very sleeper right now in a sense that it doesn't even show too much on the format, but many people are kinda getting success from it right now. So yeah, this time it played Hare or the Hare, Rabbit, and Angel Statue of course, and Summon Limit on the main deck. And yeah, very strong going first. The only problem would be Maxi, Droll, Nibiru. And you also have a lot of Garnets on this deck. So yeah, that's the only problem. And next we have Yubel, Finsmith. I think it's been the first of Yubel right now in our report. So yeah, I'm not really sure why it's been the only first Yubel. Yubel used to be very integrated in the format, and they're seeing less and less play. Maybe people are, yeah, maximizing and using the full capacity of playing Snake Eyes right now because it will get hit. But yeah, I think Yubel is a very top contender on the current format right now. Especially, I do think that Yubel or RAs could be the best deck in the format this coming July. And next we do have Snake Eyes Finsmith. This time with Rollback and Mayakashi. So look what I'm saying. Beatrice is the culprit of this crazy and insane amount of FTK and other really insane stuff going on from this Finsmith engine. So Rollback with Ghostmith's Girl, very toxic type of interaction. And yeah, moving on, we do have Voiceless Voice. Tapping Voiceless Voice from Japan, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Area Championship Series, I assume. YACS. And this time, with the new trap card from Lede or Info, if I'm not mistaken. So, acts as a new hand trap for this Voiceless Voice. And yeah, it could work because you're not really into fire, into dark. And yeah, I believe this could be a good tech option for Voiceless Voice. And yeah, moving on, we do have Duel Salon tayo or Sun CS in Japan. We do have first place Snake Eyes Finsmith, another Snake Eyes Finsmith. Nothing too crazy here. Just played Caesar over Beatrice. And next we do have Voices Voice, another Voices Voice. This time it played Solemn Judgment instead of Summon Limit on the side deck. Could potentially protect your Skull Guardian, no? And sa Oravis from, yeah, board breakers and negations. And next we do have Exosister, very good deck build of Exosister right now. It played the new Galaxy Photon whatever you call it, spell card that could make the deck more consistent and search of cards for this build. So yeah, EXO is still a very defining deck in terms of floodgating the format, the graveyard interactions in the format, so it could answer the Snake Eyes, the Yubel, and other graveyard-centric decks in the format right now. So yeah, very good sleeper deck or rogue deck in a sense right now. So next we do have Infernoid. Infernoid, oh my goodness, look at this. Rollback, my Akashi, oh my god. I'm getting very bad vibes from seeing this deck, and I'm really going to be very mad if I have the chance to face this deck. Imagine that Grass Reasoning, Monster Gate, and Card of Death, and on top of that you have Rollback and Mayakashi Ghost Meets Girl. It's very unhealthy and very frustrating to deal against this deck, and in a sense that it's still strong because I do rank Infernoid on low C tier, yeah, C tier in my tier list. So yeah, Inferno is still very relevant in the current and post July ban list format. Next we do have Marineford TCG tournament. We do have first place branded Bestial. So this time it played triple Cosmic Cyclone, very standard for most decks, but most branded people are not really into Cosmic Cyclone. They are going for Regeki, Lightning Storm, and Book of Eclipse, so it's kinda weird for me to see Cosmics on branded side deck. And yeah, next we do have, yeah, Tachyon, of course, Tachyon with a lot of floodgates on the side deck. Fisher and Kaiser, no? And next we do have Yubel, so another Yubel. So standard, yeah, it played anti-spell over Judgment and Summon Limit and Solemn Strike. So anti-spell, no, still very good on the format right now, considering that Runic, Voiceless, and Tenpai, and the Winsmith decks and Snake Eyes are also having a lot of spell cards, bonfires, and all of those stuff can be mitigated by anti-spell. Next, we have another Tachyon. So, another Tachyon. There's been a bunch of Tachyon right now. This time with Horse and Bestial. So, yeah, Bestial very good on this deck. Easy targets for the Druis and Magnamut because of your light monsters. And Insane Recursion as well and Grind Game from the Bestial engine. And on top of that, you could get interruptions from your Bestials against the format right now, of course. With the Luri, Safira going to the graveyard. And yeah, you could pretty much know about it using these bestials. And next, we do have 1923 CS from Korea. We do have first place Dragon Link. So, what I have said earlier, Dragon Link have been a very staple deck in Korean metagame. So, this time, a more sophisticated build of Dragon Link without the chambers, without the tidying. So, it played Grass as well of the 60 card variant. And yeah, played Trust on the side deck to fetch off the Dark Ruler, the Lightning Storm, and the Barrier as well. And next, we do have Snake Eyes, Finsmith. So this time with triple change of heart, very strong against the Yubel matchup. I cannot express enough how impactful change of heart right now against the Yubel. And if you're trying to win against your Yubel friends and Yubel opponents, of course, change of heart could be your number one tech option against them. Next, we have Chimera, yeah. Chimera, this time with rollback and the weird traps as well on this build. And yeah, this has been a thing right now for Chimera, and I wonder whether this will transcend towards the next format or not. And next, we do have, yeah, Finsmith, Yubel, of course. The arguable best deck right now in Road of the King. And this time it played Solemn Judgment, no? And the Black Goat Laugh is very strong against Tenpai. And yeah, moving on, we do have a tournament report. Undefeated deck profile. Rather, undefeated. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, undefeated. Oh, it has a 1 lose on a game. And this time with Rescue Ace. Yeah, Rescue Ace, Finsmith, Sinful Spoils. So, very consistent deck. Lots of way to start your plays. And you are pretty much going to access out Little Knight very early on. So, your Turbulence are very safe from anything on the format right now. And with Turbulence, with only one, no, on their deck, they are very bold right now to play only one Turbulence. And if your one turbulence gets annihilated or uh, went into void, I think you're going to lose very badly on this deck. And yeah, he side deck only the impulse on this deck. And yeah, moving on, we do have another Tachyon. This time with Regeki and Lightning Storm on the side deck without Cosmic Cyclone. So he focuses more on breaking boards, and this deck is very easy to navigate on getting OTKs. And yeah, moving on, we do have Millennium Control. So another Millennium Control, no? So this time it played Threatening Roar on the side deck. Very good tech option against Tenpai Dragon. And this deck have been performing really well, no? Recently. And I wonder whether people would adapt this control variant of this deck. Maybe this is the new Horustan, or yeah, the new Runic probably. So yeah, very solid deck right now. Much more versatile than the stand decks of the past. And next, we do have another Matmech. Yeah, Matmech. So, Matmech with triple small world and triple Signet mining. This has been a thing on Master Duel before, and it makes Matmech very consistent. Lots of one card combo, and pretty much does the same end board every time with the Dark Fluid Matter Dragon. And very easy to OTK as well with the Slash Mage and the Update Jammer going to access code, transcode as well. Very immense for this deck. So yeah, very strong rogue deck right now for me, considering that you could play a lot of hand traps, 3, 6, 9, 12. So a bunch of hand traps to stop the opponent and just OTK for game if you lose the die roll. And next, uh, so yeah, I think it's the last deck on our report right now. So once again, thank you for watching this video. If you found this video or metagame report and decklist reviews informative, please drop a like on this video and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It definitely motivates me a lot. So thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.